last year back. Yeah.
You know, the thing we've done is just like how we said, we've educated our guys on everything that the decision obviously is up to them, whether they do that. And just everything we focus on there is football, right? This is kind of what last year with all this information, you had to deal with the COVID and the restrictions and everything like that. And the best thing that we found out is educate, let everybody know what the rules are, everything like that, and then focus on what's going to win football games. That's the technique, that's fundamental, that's coming together, that's the competing, the accountability, everything.
Yeah. You come there on 107 with lying. You're not lying.
Yeah, that's how much. We didn't have them for 2 days. Some of us have been on, in Indy, we had them come in 2 days early. We talked about both the pros and the positives and negatives of doing so. We felt like some of the things that put our teams in a spot where they were a little tired for the couple weeks. It took them some time to catch up and get their bodies catch up. We didn't want to that's a great question. But that's the why behind
sorry,
it. Into it, but a lot mentally went into it. Like you said, rookie said, meetings, just necessary.
I'm gonna be down. Just keep an eye on the house.
Go ahead.
Sorry, man.
People in the door.
Yeah, I kind of go back to what I said when we started this.
What's up, Rocky Hardy? What up, Jalen?
Opinion about Zach as a player, as a person. All he wants to do is play football, and he knows what kind of player he is. And I think, when we looked at last year, it was embarrassing for this organization and this team. And a lot of us have a chip on our shoulder. And when you talk about Zach, it doesn't take a lot to get him here. He cares so much about this team and this city, and just really good to see him out there. Yeah, I think when you talk about the guys that are here and the kind of player that he is, and you think about our skill position group, young skill position group, and having a Pro Bowl player like that on your roster, who players can learn from, it's huge for us. And so, I think that, again, just really excited to have him here and being out there today is huge for our football team, as we get started.
You got a player with that experience with the team. Well noted. How do you go about making sure that situation is staying going? We just want to get him out here and see what he can do in person, right? I've seen plenty of tape on Zach and everything that he's done. He's been such a good player in this league for so long. So, but we just are getting him here in person, seeing what he can do, and seeing how we can use him. That's our job as coaches: is figure out how we can use each player and what we can do. To take advantage of their abilities. And Zach's no different. So that's what we're doing right now, is seeing what we can do with him. Again, there's a lot of tape on him that suggests what we can do, and not just being out here coaching it and seeing what we can do.
Zach's presence box you really play more 12 personnel.
No, I think Zach's presence makes you more multiple of what you can do, right? You have your 11 personnel things. Now the defense has to prepare for all your 11 stuff. You have your 21 speed stuff that the defense has to prepare for. Because you have these different pieces, then they have to prepare for 12 stuff. You might be running similar things out of each one of these sets, but out of different formations, out of different personnel groups. It looks completely different to the defense. So what we always talk about is if we are in 11, right? Because I think that's where you might be going. If we are in 11, who does things better? Who's better at this round? Who's better at this round? And it's a blend. It's always been that way. Anytime teams that I've been on have always had two good tight ends. It was always a blend of how you use them and what you use that. And then just that multiplicity of being able to use 12 personnel and be dangerous. I mean, it's different between it's 12 personnel because we got tight ends and 12 personnel because we got tight ends, right, that can roll. And so it just puts a ton of stress on it. Right now, Jalen's in with the ones, and he's working with the ones, and he's earned that because he's worked his butt off. And we're hoping that he takes the reins. And
he will.
With it, and
he will.
And continue to take good reps for the ones.
He will.
to see is just the acceleration in the offense, right? Just getting better and more reps in offense. This is the first time we've had 11 on 11 period, right? So these are some of the first times he's run these plays. Now,
In other words, Jalen Hurts the starter, y'all.
So it's and that we can't get enough of that. Whether that's in the film room, whether that's on the field, he's just got to continue to take the reps. And I'm so confident, because he's a gym rat. He's just thinking about football all the time. That's what I love about him. And so he's going to use those mental reps, that's for sure. But he's got to get more reps out there. I don't mess a lot with quarterbacks. There's a couple things I talk about with quarterback finish, right? And it's just about finish. With the way they throw it, the way they're going to keep throwing it that way. It takes a long time before you can switch in there, and I don't think you're going to have issues up top. What we do with a quarterback is working their feet. How do their feet correlate with the play, right? This is the drop with the play. This is the drop that's how you win the ball will be out as you read the defense. So we're as far as fundamentals, with his feet, we're obsessed. And that's what we're doing. But that again comes into, the reps on the field. He's got to get his feet in sync with each play. And that's what we're working on.
As far as Jalen Hurts goes, this is kind of viewed as a pretty good year for him. I mean, are there any tangible benchmarks that you want to see him reach to say, yeah, he's our guy going forward in 2022?
Well, I think first at the quarterback position, you want to make sure you're doing everything possible to have that room successful. And so that starts up front. And when we look at our team this year and talk about what we're really excited about, it starts with the O-line. Obviously, part of our lack of success last year was the O-line and the injuries that they have. A lot of resources at that position is really important to us as we build our team. And you see today, having Brandon out there playing on the right side, I mean, that's huge. And so if we can start with the offensive line and make sure that those guys are playing at a really high level, that's going to help everyone in the quarterback room. And then from there, talking about the skill position group. And so most of these guys, the receiver group, the running back group, besides that tight end group, those are young guys, and so they get a chance to grow and build together. But it starts with the offensive line and making sure that we're looking ourselves in the mirror and saying, can we fairly evaluate the quarterbacks because of who's protecting them and the weapons they have?
What's your level of confidence in Jalen right now?
Well, obviously, when we did a lot of work on Jalen coming out, drafted him in the second round, and then you look at what he's done. We talk a lot of times about the jump from year 1 to year 2. And this guy has done everything possible to put himself into a successful position with his work ethic, with his studying habits, with his leadership. And so I think for us, like Coach said, we're looking for him to grab the reins and go follow him as it goes. Now that all comes out here as we start practice and as we start the preseason and training camp.
Work on other quarterbacks that might be available.
You haven't done homework on quarterbacks who may be available. I mean, we have a short list. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, how extensively have you looked into those?
Well, I think our job is to always evaluate every option in every position. I mean, we're always constantly doing that and looking about what's going on in the league. And we do that before the draft. We look at next year's draft classes at every position and try to figure out the strengths and weaknesses. So, that's what we're doing during this time period. We're watching tape on guys. We're looking at guys. And we're making sure that, we're ready, one in case of injury, and also for any position that trades become available, being ready for that. I'm obviously not going to talk about anyone who's probably another team.
You guys get off the process. How did that come together? How long did you on the radar? How did you like that?
Yeah, I mean, Steve came on our radar right when he was let go from the Steelers, and a lot of respect for him and who he is as a person and as a player. I mean, this guy is incredibly competitive and tough and instinctive, and I think this is another guy who sits there and goes like, well, why aren't I recognized as the kind of player that I am? I want to be recognized as the kind of player I am. I know that there's going to be a lot of attention on who's playing opposite Darius, and I embrace that. And I think as you got closer to camp, some of it kind of goes, he really kind of figured out where he wanted to be and why he wanted to be there. And you can never have enough corners in this league. I mean, we saw it last year. Again, another position that, we had starting guys that we got off the street. So I'm excited to have him here and be part of this team.
How we talked about what happened last year. It was embarrassing. You're going in. He's kind of in this transition. I'm sure you expect from week 1 to win. What are your
my message to the team is very clear. We attack every day. It's a climb, and we're attacking every day. And not only, and we like to even break it down further than that. We're not only attacking every day, we're attacking the little parts of that day, right? So the players right now are attacking rest. And the coaches, when we're done here, I'm going to go up with the offensive staff, we're going to watch the tape, and we're going to attack the crap out of that, out of the film. And then we're going to attack the meeting room, right? And then we're going to attack the walkthrough, and then we're going to attack the meeting room again. And it's just, it really is just a climb, and just trying to get a little bit better each day. Because we know if you can do that, the gains that you can make, what I'm saying to you is no different than the message I'm saying to the team. The gains that you can make when you go in and think about each and every day that you're going to work, and each and every period you're going to work, your gains can be huge. And so that's all our goal is just to try to get better, a little bit better with each thing that we're doing. And so the gains, by the time we get to that first game, we're ready to roll. Yeah.
You went totally in your mind, let's say.
I don't think that's yeah. 17 would be good. No, but that, again, when you follow the process of what I'm talking about, that takes care of itself. You see, and that's a great question, because you see every year that a team starts 1-3 and they make the playoffs. And you see every year that the team starts 3-1 and they fall off. Why is that? In my experience and what I've been around with good teams is because they either stick to the process and they overcome the bad start or whatever it is, or a wall in the season or whatever it is, the adversity, or they don't stick to the process and they fall off. And so that's what we're trying to do. It's just every single day work at those 5 core values of getting better at those, because we know that will take care of itself. Yeah. We had that in our first year in Indy. We started off 25, we came up to Philadelphia, we got our butts kicked, and we ended up railing off 9 out of 10. And that was a great example from Frank Reich to me of, hey, Frank, you got the whole organization, like, what are we going to do? Coach, we're looking at you. What are we going to do? He said, I'm doubling down, right? I'm doubling down. This is the process that we believe in. This is what we're going to do. This is the common denominator of good teams. We're going to stick to that. We're going to double down, and we're going to go. Yeah, that was nice to have the fans back on, especially for training camp. It felt like training camp again, right? Instead of just you just being there yourself. Now it's important as a team that you don't care who's in the stands, right? You don't care if you're practicing on the parking lot, if you're practicing on the playground, if you're practicing on these fields, if there's 100,000 people there, it doesn't matter. Again, it's that same process. But it was cool to have them out there. I think that everyone kind of got going and felt that out there.
And Chris, let's be honest, not having fans last year was a different experience. And when teams come in, and you hear this from all the people we talked to in different teams, people don't want to come into the stadium. People don't want to come to Philly because they know it's going to be a hard day's work with our fans and that environment that we have over there. And so it's exciting to think about getting that back and how much this city and our fans are part of this team. That's a big thing that we're looking forward to have back.
McLeod and Dickerson were based to be back by week 1, and his Isaac's injury one that could stretch into the season.
I think that's something we just take day by day. Not going to give a timetable on any injury. I think that puts unfair pressure on everybody involved there. They just have to attack that rehab like we're attacking the practice field right now. They're getting the mental reps. Mentally, there's no doubt they'll be ready, and we'll just see how their bodies react.
2019, 2020 traffics. You're running with the ones today, I guess for various reasons, but how do you see that? Is that something you want to give those guys the opportunity to win those jobs, or do you feel like they've earned it at this point?
Yeah, I think when you're going through training camp, when we discuss this, at the end of the day, you want to see as many reps as possible, so you're making the right decision before you start the season. And our goal is to put together the best roster we possibly can. Where they come from isn't as important as putting together the best possible team. And so, we never want to lose credibility by putting guys out there that aren't ready to play just because of their draft status or their free agent status. And coach can't talk about competition on the team, and then they're watching the tape too, and they're going to see the results. Now, I think what you'll see from the coaches, what they describe to us as a personnel staff, as a front office staff, is that there are going to be a lot of combinations of guys. So don't read too much into what's going on now, as opposed to we got a month here to prepare for the season and to make sure we got the right guys in the right spot.
red zone has a shuffling jobs. Is there a message behind that?
No, it's just, last year we had some things that we got to go through to see the health of the team. We have some guys here, with our strength staff and our training staff led by Tom, Dr. Arsh, and Ted Rath that, they're the experts at, how we ease guys into things. I don't want to say ease into it because we were rolling down there. I mean, you saw how we were going, but, just to make sure the health of the team, like the availability is the best ability, right? So we just need to make sure that we're doing the right things to keep the team healthy. That's the why behind why we started in the red zone. So we weren't pulling up and throwing low balls and trying to pull muscles there. So we're just doing we're just taking the information and the education that we're getting there and making how we are trying to make the best decisions made as possible to keep our team healthy.
Do you have a timetable in mind for when you'd like to name a starting quarterback by? Really get over the competition. And is there a chance you are able to person if you're not going to start?
We play at Atlanta, so we got to be ready by Atlanta to have all the ones named and all the twos named. So nothing in mind as far as when we got to make these decisions. They'll play out as we go, right? With these practices, like it's just great to get out there and practice. We're going to be able to go in there and make the corrections and praise the things that went well, and and set the standard so they can see it. So again, those will play out. Just really excited to work with Jalen and Joe and Nick. I think a lot of teams in this league would be thrilled to have that quarterback, that quarterback room that we have with the veteran leadership and then the playing experience that the guys have. So no timetable, just really excited to work with you guys.
Following up on the quarterbacks, you guys have been linked to one specific quarterback pretty consistently. It's leaving some uncertainty in some public view as to where Jalen's standing is on the team. You guys are going in a different direction. You can't talk about a specific player on the team, but can you address how Jalen's standing and exactly how you guys are operating in respect to
Well, I think we talked about Jalen and how he's done everything possible off the field and during the spring practices to take the reins. And we want to see him do that. I think this is a big year for any player who goes from year one to year two. And so we're excited to see that, see his growth and working with the ones. And hopefully that happens. And I think that, one of the things that I always find kind of funny is that whenever there's a name bandied about, the Eagles are kind of associated with that, and I understand because we have more draft picks, high draft picks going forward, that's probably going to be continual as players become available. But, we draft these guys for a reason. We're really excited about the development of them and I'm excited to start practice here.
How much of the presence does that help, as far as we'll see some of that today?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'm going to talk to the team tonight about the importance of studying tape and how to kind of take the tape, make the corrections, and not make the mistake again. And so we're going to have a long talk about that tonight. And one of the second point of what we talk about in this tape is how are you learning from we have all this great, we have Pat Dolan, who's a great video coordinator, he's got all this tape for us, right, in this league. And so there's all this tape out there for us to study the greatest, right? We can go back, we can look at Lynn Swan, we can look at Jerry Bryce, we can look at all these great players, tape and study from them. Well, not only can we do that, we have these players in place on this team that have won so many football games here that have done it at a high level. To have players like that not only now can you look at the greats of the past, now you can look at the greats of this organization and see, and not only can you watch their tape, you can get to the back, you can ask them the question, right? It's hard to get Jerry Rice on the phone. You can go to Zach Ertz and ask him the question, and Steve Nelson ask him the question, hey, why'd you do this here? I saw the tape there. I'm going to make my footwork go this way. I'm going to do what you did right there when you attacked that DB like that, Zach. Why did you do it? Because when you get to the why, that's a greater form of learning. And your game only elevates even more from that because you understand. So great resource, and it's a great resource to have Zach out here. I mean, I'm watching Zach out here run routes after practice, and that's the common denominator of great players. They stay after, they work their butts up, they work harder than anybody else. And there's no secret why he's been good. And that's a great example for our young guys also.
Yeah, I think, Martin, when you're trying to build and continue to have a winning culture, like it's not so easy to just draft players and say, we want you to do this and we want to see it from you. They need role models. They need to see people who've succeeded at a high level to be able to go in and not just ask their coaches, which are a great resource, but also to see players and watch their work ethic, watch what they've done on the field, ask them the questions that they're more comfortable from. When you look at all the great teams in all sports, really, they always have that balance. It's hard to, and I think culture is a very overused word, but it's hard to set a culture if you don't have the examples. It's hard to do it with guys who are all going through the same thing for the first time. And so that's why we add some of these guys who have some of that experience. And we try to have guys in each room that blend in with that. And that's why some of our draft decisions are based on that too. Guys who had success, who knows what it feels like to have the confetti fall on their head. We think that's important.
All right, guys, thanks, boys. We got Hunter on his way out right now.
All right, y'all. So let's talk about it. He wants Jalen Hurts to pull the reins. He'll start with the first team reps. They still haven't named the man the starter. We expect Zach Ertz to remain on the team. What else they talked about? They also talked about not going 1-5, but Nick Sirianni crossed his fingers, want to go 17-0. They still, I don't know why, won't name Jalen Hurts the starter. We go over here. They still won't name Jalen Hurts the starter. But, they probably will before Atlanta, even though we all know it's Jalen Hurts' team. Let's see. They won't say anything about Deshaun Watson. Thank God. And every single time a player wants to be traded, the name Philadelphia Eagles get popped up. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. Let's see. And if you want to know how loyal Jalen Hurts is, look at this. This is the photo. Hold on, y'all. This is the photo of Jalen freaking Hurts talking to his wide receivers. Give me this man right here any day of the goddamn week. After practice, he's talking to his wide receivers, and he's doing practice with Devontae Smith, my God, after practice. Give me Jalen freaking Hurts. Look at these wide receivers surrounding Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't a lead of my foot. Yeah, he threw a couple picks today. I don't give him that, but it's practice. Not a game, it's practice. Not a game, it's practice. Again, Jalen Hurts earned the right to be with the first team reps, even though they won't say, And Jalen Hurts is a leader. He's done everything right to get where he's at right now, they said. This guy has done everything possible to put himself in a successful position. We look for him to grab the reins, and it starts here. I 112% agree with what they said. And Jalen Hurts will work extremely with the first team, of course. Let's see. We'll continue. He said Jalen Hurts earned the right, of course. Yep. We want him to grab the run with it. He's earned it. I said that. The moral of the story is, ladies and gentlemen, I love what I'm seeing from Jalen Hurts, from Devontae Smith, my God. I love what I'm seeing from this team. Exactly, it's Hurts season. I mean, hold on. Where's that photo I just showed y'all? Hold on. Of course it's Hurts season. This man right here is with his wide receivers. Talking. Chatting it up. Look at him. And people want to sit there and say he ain't a leader. What leader is sitting around with his wide receivers talking? I'm making that into a thumbnail for tonight's live stream, y'all. We're going to talk about that. Hold on, let me make that into. I'm gonna make that into a thumbnail when I dump out the phone. So, Hurts equals daddy. Exactly. I can't wait for the season to start. I really can't. I can't wait till the season starts. I love what Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman said. They're backing up Jalen Hurts. They're backing up Jalen Hurts, and that's all I ever want. That is all I ever want. Back up your quarterback. Back up your quarterback. That's all I ever wanted from them. Back up your quarterback. You're dang right he's the leader. You're dang right he's the leader. Where's that tweet at? I just had it. Look at this man. Hold on, I got to do it the other hand. Look at this man. This is going to be the thumbnail for tonight's live stream as we watch practice again and talk about it. But look at this man with his wide receivers. And people got the audacity, temerity, and maybe to say, get Deshaun Watson or get Aaron Rodgers. Give me Jalen freaking Hurts any day of the week. Let's see. Nick Sirianni said, I'm watching Zach run routes at the practice here. That is what makes a great player. And the only reason that the Eagles are even mentioning with Deshaun Watson is because of them draft picks. Come on now. I love what I'm hearing from my coach. Howie Roseman finally being humble. I want more of that. Last year, it was embarrassing, and we had have a chip on our shoulder. You better. I will not. I repeat, I will not be no 4-13 according to Colin Cowherd. I will not. I will not be that. I will not. When I got this man. Look at him saying hi to all the kids. Look at this man saying hi to all the kids. Him and Devontae Smith, my God. Look at him. Look at him. Give me that man any day of the week. Being surrounded by his wide receivers. Man, I got to do the other. Give me this man with these guys any day of the week. So we're going to talk about training camp day one. We're going to talk about Jalen freaking Hurts. We're going to talk about everybody tonight in our live stream. I hope y'all tune in. I got to get ready for work. So it has been your boy, Mizzy Miz, Cool Cat Kind of YouTube, representing the Birds. I'll see y'all tonight, 9 o'clock, in our live stream. So fly, Eagles, fly, y'all.